Hello and welcome back to Speedrun, the podcast where I just peeked a bit. Enjoy some funny Mike. Some funny Mike.
Oh,
isn't it beautiful?
oh, my editing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm Jazzie, she's Jamie. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to talk about games we have a love-hate relationship with. But I'm not here to do this alone because we have brought back a guest for another episode. Jay, welcome back to the show.
Hi.
Hi. I say that like we aren't recording this mere minutes after the last episode we all did.
Yeah, thanks for
No,
bringing
of
me
course
back,
not.
everybody.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it.
Oh, you know it, you know? I feel, Jazz, you said that very Canadian-esque.
You know, my family is originally from Michigan, so I just from heredity, I picked up the Michigan OL, which is also the Canadian OL, which is why I say about, not all the way about, but not about. It's I have weird diction.
I was going to say, I'm like, wow, that sounds very Ontario. For those listening, like, that's like a Ontario thing. BC just sounds... Just imagine, like, West Coast Americans who spell words like Brits.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you know, going to get some poutine. And then all the people from Montreal are like, is poutine?
No. Also, I'm sorry if I seem chill this episode or last episode. I just got back from a spa day after a whole day of house hunting.
Ooh, that
and I
sounds
am
nice.
zen as fuck.
You know what? We are here for that zen. So on that note, y'all ready for me to start the timer?
Copyright, yes.
All right, Jay, you ready?
I am.
All right, so we're talking about games we have a love-hate relationship with. This can mean either games that we really want to love but end up hating, games that almost make the mark but miss it, yet we still come back to them, or whatever else we interpret that term to mean. Like, I think a good example in my case would be Mega Man X6, which I've talked about, which is a game that, as a critic, it's terrible. It's broken, parts of it are boring, parts of it are frustrating, but I can bend it over, break it, and have a great time doing it.
Whoa. Jeez.
I can snap. You can basically snap that game in half.
Indeed.
And, yeah,
Wow.
and because
Not
of but
sexually.
like, but not
I was going to
sexually.
say, remember when we were a PG show?
Hey, Mega Man X6 wouldn't let me do anything to it that it didn't want me to do.
Yeah, Mega Man X6 changes a person.
Mega Man X6 changes a person, but it's okay. It's all consensual.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, Jay, are there what games like that, like, what games fit that description to you?
Well, love it or hate it is kind of hard for me to pick a choice for, because I guess I'm not really somebody who, especially when it comes to games, like, has a lot of, how do I put it? It doesn't really have a lot of middle ground. It's kind of, for me, it's one or the other, so, or, like, there's games I have mixed opinions on, but it's more like I don't do very many things in moderation. Like, if I have an opinion, I feel like I'm pretty passionate about it when I say it, so, anyway, there are games, though, that for me are games that I enjoy playing that, yeah, I can tell you aren't technically that good. Like, Mega Man, well, we're just, Mega Man, X3. Mega Man X3 is a really good game. I think that's a really good game. However, I can tell you that it has a lot of flaws that X1, 2, and 4 don't. But, yeah, no, still think it's really fun, even if I can acknowledge the flaws. Like, I enjoy playing Sonic 06. I've been playing that for years. Like, years upon years. But, like, yeah, 30-second loading screens, like 4 loading screens a stage isn't exactly good. So, or like how I've S-ranked Devil May Cry 2, even though that's not a very fun game. I mean, I've S-ranked it. I can tell you it's not that fun, but, like, yeah, you can make your own experience out of it. It's interesting, to say the least. So, I have like, when I say love or hate it, I guess it's just more like experiences for me that I have like a little bit of both, where I can either be really upset at it or I can be like enjoy it in spite of that fact.
Are you saying that Mega Man Oh, not Mega Man. Are you saying that Sonic 06, the game with that beautiful kiss between Sonic and a human girl, is not a masterpiece?
You can say that, yeah. It's a take.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about that Moby and human kiss either.
I was just rewatching my video on Sonic 06 just now. It was like one of my bigger projects I've done. I have a couple months removed. I was like, I'm not trying to humble brag, but like, whoa, that was good.
Yeah, if you put something out, you're proud of it. Own it. Like, be proud of it.
That bit was incredible. But is that the one that I'm thinking of that was nearly 2 hours long? Yeah, like that was intense. But like, I really feel on that as well because like, well, again, Mega Man X6, Sonic 06, they're in the same category in my head.
Yeah.
Sonic 06 is another game that like, it's so glitchy that it's just fun to toy around with for me.
It is, but I also think that like the P06, like Project 06 fan creation just kind of shows the fact that I feel like the core there is kind of fun. Like the level design I think is fun to work with in general. So like, it's kind of like where I don't feel like, by contrary, I don't think you can make a Rise of Lyric project and make it fun, you know?
Right. So I guess to expand the topic then, like, what are other games that a lot of people hate that we actually love? Like, in between the episodes, Jazzie, I remember you mentioned Sonic Heroes.
Oh, yeah. Sonic Heroes is vastly overhated. It was actually my first Sonic game. My mom picked it up for me when we went to Kohl's. A Kohl's department store back in like 2006 or 7, and she's like, go pick out a video game. I was like, this one. She's like, cool. And then I went home and played it. I was like, this is wicked. This is
I have
radical.
a lot of fun with Sonic Heroes as well.
Me too.
A lot of good takes on this panel we got here.
Yeah,
we do our best. We try.
Yeah. Also, like, Jay, we were talking about this at the end of last episode, like Sonic Advance 3.
Yeah, that's a game that does get a decent amount of scorn, but I'm a pretty big fan of it. I mean, that was one of not my first Sonic game. My first Sonic game was Mega Collection Plus on PS2. But my Advance 3 was the one that I really got into and like I played a lot of as a kid. So I mean, it probably impacts the experience, but you know what? I think it impacts it in a good way because I mean, I just really enjoy playing the damn game. What can I say? Yeah.
I know. I feel the same way about the only bad version of Sonic Heroes, in my opinion, is the PS2 version. I cannot.
Yeah, I played. That's the version I played as a kid, and I still played it all the time. I mean, I guess that I have playing bad Sonic games as a kid has given me tolerance for pain and punishment. All right,
here I have one that I come back to on occasion that it might make you just leave when I say it. You ready, Jay?
Sure.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
I got the deals off. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm gonna log out of here.
It's
Let
a
me
bad
get
game.
my keys. I'm gonna hop in my car.
I don't know what it is about it, but like, and again, it's a bad game. Like, well, as long as I take one of a few paths through the game that lets me skip certain stages, I can have a decent amount of fun. Which again is terrible design.
Yeah,
terrible design.
My Shadow video kind of speaks for itself, but I think it's I mean, it still plays like a Sonic Adventure era game, so there's that. But it's also just like, it can be something I can play and not want to like, end the universe while I'm trying to play it, And it's also very funny. That's another thing. Like,
oh, Sonic saying damn?
Yeah. Like the game is pretty damn funny. I just said damn, but like, yeah. I honestly, I know this isn't like an obvious example of Shadow the Hedgehog being funny, but if I'm giving an example for me, it's the very hilariously overacted dialogue. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, just like Sonic 06, for example, is like very stilted acting, but like in Shadow the Hedgehog, like, no, like these actors are getting really enthusiastic. I mean, there's this one part where Black Doom is like,
that's why I conducted with the professor's help to build you, Shadow.
And he's like, what? And like there's this like desk slam sound effect.
Was so good.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
that was really good.
My Black Doom is practiced.
I like it. I like it a lot.
But the thing is, like, Shadow the Hedgehog, like, it's not a good game, but like to me, it's like the video game equivalent of watching what was the term for them, like Z movies,
a Z
like
movie.
Birdemic.
Wow.
Yeah, like, you know, the movies where it's like they're even below B movies in quality.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. If you look at it as comedy, it's very entertaining. I mean, like they're like, especially with how the story works with like the branching paths, and it just makes no sense. I mean, you know, when Shadow in the one path, he finds out he's a robot, and like he starts the cutscenes by like laughing. He's like, the pieces are coming together. Like I'm a fucking robot, but like there's like. You can get there from a stage where he finds out that he's a robot, but like one of the ways to get to that stage is where you're fighting black aliens with tails and air fleet trying to protect the president. So after you do that, I realize I'm a robot. Let's go after the Eggman. Like, it's a very terrible story.
God.
This must be Eggman's doing.
The first time I heard about Sonic 06 was at the Scholastic Book Fair. And I remember my friends and I, we looked at the cover and just started laughing. And keep in mind, we were not teenagers yet, so we were like the target demographic. Like, oh, edgy, cool, rated T for teen. And there's Shadow with his big ass eyes with a gun. With a gun. You can't take it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I don't know what they were trying to go for. I mean, with something like Jak and Daxter, I think it can kind of take it and like stretch it. It's only the second game, which is like, but like with Shadow the Hedgehog, you know. It's kind of, for one, it's a well-established thing, but like you just said, Shadow with these big eyes and giant hands and stuff with like this gun, it looks pretty goofy. How can you say?
Don't forget his soaps.
Oh yeah, his soaps. Oh God.
Goodness gracious. So before we run out of time, because we did get an email or two about our time limits, so we're going to do our best.
We still have 5 minutes. It's all good.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to slip on in there. I'm going to try real quick to get through mine.
Yes.
My love-hate relationships. Anyone who's listened to the show for any amount of time knows my absolute obsession with MMO games. And which is funny because I originally uploaded the Club Penguin video initially to be the start of a series, and then I just totally didn't. And I was like, when's the next one? And it's like, when I'm not buying a house. But I have an absolute love-hate relationship with a lot of MMOs, especially things like EverQuest 1 and World of Warcraft especially, basically because those are games that absolutely require teamwork. And I'm not sure if you've played an MMO, but more often than not, the community is just awful. I went through, like, I spun the wheel of swears, and I landed on awful. I got the bankrupt slot in the Wheel of Fortune. But really, it is one of the most awful experiences ever. If you get in any sort of dungeon group for a game that doesn't have a dungeon finder, because you always have the village idiot, me, the overzealous tank, the narcissistic DPS, and then the troll, and it's just everyone hates each other, and it's just not a fun experience. And for games that require that, it is just not. So what I've been doing is I've been putting up my own private server so I can play solo with bots that heal and tank for me, and I don't have to deal with people. And I'm not sure if there's anything more antisocial than playing an MMO entirely offline by yourself, but I think that might be it. Just
I feel like
Apex.
that's a whole mood.
Yeah.
It's a whole mood.
So that is my love-hate relationship with the whole genre.
Bots don't talk back.
Bots don't talk back. And whenever something messes up, I know for a fact it's my fault rather than someone else's. I would much rather have a wipe be on my shoulders and it's everything because I know what happened. But if someone else is stupid, I can't control that, but I can control the bots.
Correct.
But yeah, no, that is a super quick love-hate relationship I have. Is I love games where you can make small numbers turn into big numbers by way of 100-hour grind. Love it so much. Don't love the social aspects.
I'm all about that. All right, so if we're talking about games that I actually still really like, but like that I've seen a lot of hate for, and I'm sure y'all played this. I feel like everyone has. Here's a weird one. We play
So underrated.
Like,
Wii
I'm not sure
Play,
if
that was a launch era game, right, for the Wii?
it
Had
came
like
out
a-
like
A few years later.
it came out about a year later, and
Wii
everyone bought it
Play.
because
I feel like this is awakening. So yes, I've played this.
the one
Yeah,
that everyone
yeah.
bought because like a Wiimote was $40, but a Wiimote plus Wii Play was only $50.
The tank game. My sister and I spent forever on
Yes.
that tank game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got real good at tanks in my family. And the pool game was also really good.
Am I the only one who actually like unironically loved the cow racing mini game?
I forgot that existed.
I
That
know there
just
was,
unearthed like a deep memory.
I know there was one where there's like people walking in a street or something. Like this is like, I haven't thought about this in forever.
Yeah, I saw
gonna
someone
go-
talk about the other day, and they're like, "Yeah, it's like, why did anyone buy this? It was just a stupid mini game collection." I was like, "Well, you see, it was a stupid mini game collection that was technically only $10, because like 40 of that $50 was for the Wiimote."
Facts.
Literally though. We played the hell out of Wii Play, and we played it so much that for Christmas my mom picked up a knockoff shovelware Wii Play that wasn't Wii Play. It was like shmee shmay. And we put it in and we started playing it on Christmas Day, and we were like, my mom says, "Hon, this sucks." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, Mom."
You played the game December 25th and took it back to GameStop December 26th.
Absolutely. And my mom was so disappointed. I want to go play some Wii Play like right now.
Yeah, like I'm
As a
actually
matter
feeling
of
some
fact.
replay. I'm
just
looking around my
thinking
room,
about
like what
tanks.
other games I'm doing Mega Man this year, so I have a copy of Mega Man Soccer on my desk. I'm like, no, that's not a good game. That game's just that's trash. It's terrible.
If it's not Lego Soccer, it's not worth playing.
There's Lego Soccer?
Oh yeah, Lego Soccer Mania, and that's the timer.
That's the timer. Yeah, Jay, do you have any last honorable mentions before we end off?
No, I think I got all mine off the top of my head. So yeah, I guess that's good for me.
Jazzie, how about you?
I think that's it.
Yeah, and then I guess for me, the only game that I'm going to add on top of all of this is I'd say Sonic Triple Trouble on Game Gear. A lot of people don't like
That was a fun little
Game
game.
Gear stuff in general, but like I mean that one's fun. I played it a decent bit when I got it on 3DS. It was $5, $6 well spent. Like yeah, like you, Jay. I think you summed it up perfectly.
Yeah, fun little game. I
don't
enjoyed
know-
it. It's enjoyable, but it's not like a game I'm crazy about.
Yeah. No,
I don't know
what I'm
why
saying.
this happened, but when you said Sonic Triple Trouble, immediately in my lizard brain, in the Squilliam voice went Sonic Shuffle, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like this.
Well, you see, I'm shuffling through my Sonic playing cards, and then I look up at my opponent. You know what I realize?
What?
Oh no, he's hot!
We gotta wrap this up. Let's
Yeah.
wrap it up.
So, Jay, again, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you on the internet?
I have, I did the YouTube channel, Jay's Reviews. That's where most of my output is, and it's I got a new video like every 2, 3, 4 weeks, roughly. That's kind of the schedule I work off of.
And then you're also on Twitter.
Yeah, at Jay's Reviews 2. There's a reason why it's a 2, but we don't need to talk about that today. So, then I don't really use Twitter that much. I mean, I'm always on it, but I don't post that often. But when I do, it's something pretty cool. Like when I made a Sonic timeline. I spent a couple hours making that, and it's made the rounds ever since. So, yeah, I was pretty happy with that one.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
I'll post it in the Discord chat right now so you can see it.
Yeah. So my voice just low-key cracked right there. Holy crap, what am I, like 13?
Changes.
You're going through changes.
One of my trans band friends, his voice is just starting to change, and I'm like, yes! I'm like so excited for him. It's adorable.
Excellent.
So proud.
All right.
So yeah,
Phil.
Speedrun is made possible in part by Podbean. If you would like, oh wow, that is an intense timeline.
It is.
That's a really intense timeline. That's
is
a thread.
That is a big boy.
That's a
big
hefty boy.
Yeah, I spent a couple hours on that one.
That's a big Mahosker.
I'm gonna look through that once we're done recording. So on that note, Speedrun is made possible in part by Podbean. If you'd like some podcast hosting of your own, we'd love to hear you. We need more video game podcasts. Seriously, there's not enough of them. Then definitely go to podbean.com/speedrun or just use the code speedrun at checkout for some podcast hosting. It's good stuff. Also, Jazzie, you edit these episodes. Where can people find what you do?
ClevelandAudioMixology.com is the production house that I work for. Check us out. We produce, mix, master not only this show, but many others. And also we do albums and commercials and whatever you need, we've got you.
Speedrun is also part of Stuff We Play. Support the show and get episodes a week early by supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/stuffweplay. And also, I forgot to mention this at the end of the last episode, but if you have ideas for topics or guests for future episodes, then you can message me at jamie@stuffweplay.com, Jazzie at stuffweplay.com, or via the podcast Twitter page. Oh, I sound so old saying it like that. But anyways, you can find the podcast on Twitter at Podcast Speedrun. That's a long story I won't get into here. But anyways, thank you very much for listening. Stay classy, and I'll see you next time.
Team Sonic Racing is in the chronology. See ya!